by Shake. Shake is there at the support and turns the tables on Defran quite heavily as the main fight intensifies on the point.
Well, one of the reasons Hydration went off against Liquid is because Shake just had him in his pocket. He was always getting the heals that he needed in the clutch moments. Iman gets a hook right there to open it up. Miso already out of this fight on his Zarya, so an advantage, however slight, is going to go towards Selfless. Iman gets another one, and they are cleaning up the point. Should be first cap.
It was back and forth for a while, but in the end, the mechanical play of Selfless able to drive that in over the top, and
Now it's down to 2. However, the bank for Selfless is reaching capacity here, and they're going to have every single tank ult, big bang combo ready to go.
Here comes Selfless once more, aided by the sound barrier, and it's a beautiful graviton to Fran there for the follow-through. Goodbye, farewell, Selfless taking this first round with authority.
I mean, if Hex hadn't ruined.
Hard-hitting analysis, straight from the heart. Well, Defran still going to be running Pharah anyways, looking for Shake, lands one rocket, and takes down Shake with the second. Hydration gets the instant avenging, but no longer can anyone heal him. He has to rely on a health pack, and yet still finds it and comes back into the fight.
Ground war going pretty good for Selfless, but Hydration immediately evens things up with a couple of nice rockets. Kresnik out of suit, as well as Hydration still on the hunt. Doc's gonna come back in here, try to get something going, and still yet to capture the point as some stall out coming, but the point will be captured late of this Pharah damage, so we'll see if he can continue to do it. The stall out's gonna come in form of a Primal Rage from Iman.
Stall out is in progress right here as CLG looking to retake this point away from Selfless. And Selfless, they didn't have any buffer zone here, so even though they've been doing well for the last moment, it's not going to be enough. They're thrown off of the point. Overtime is in progress, and CLG, they withstand here and hold on to the point, but for the most part. But either way, CLG flanking around Selfless, again, utilizing the buddy system here, very much a ball of death, hiding behind the Reinhardt, making it difficult for CLG to figure out how they want to come in on this, but Hydration, so many clumped up people, dashes right through, already close to a Dragon Blade. The problem is that Defran finds Shake in the back, and Selfless potentially with the ability to pull this back. The Deathball strategy working out so far.
It's just been Zarya's all over the...
Super heavily here. Selfless more spread out than we saw them in the beginning. Iman creeps around the side, looking for a hook. Gonna find Eye Shiny with Defran, and here comes Hydration. Nanoblade in progress, gets hooked, going to ruin some of his progress, but it's still enough here. Even fight so far, and it's Waffle-tastic with the cleanup from the distraction, but Iman finishes him off, still back and forth.
Well, it has been flipped back over to France, still running wild on here. The numbers now in favor of CLG as they get 4 on the point. It's just stall out, and that stall onto the ground. They are able to get Kresnik and Doc with the shatter. Doc was able to hide behind the wall and stay alive. Shiny still trying to get to him, forces out the sound barrier, and now fights coming, or kills coming quick, rather, for Selfless. Do you believe they should be able to clean it up? They do.
And just well, whether they did or not, Selfless on the map point here. All they need is one more round to put Lijiang in the bank, and the early hook seals Waffle-tastic's doom. He's out of it, and Defran in the back of it right now. No one on him as he just cleaves through parts of the CLG backline. Selfless able to just saunter onto the point with ease and get this first control point capture.
Not much they're able to do about this. Shake even hit a sleep dart. He was trying to get a cleanup there. Mikado, the only one who's able to do anything. I'm getting Sinatra out of Sinatra here, or they could wait. Iman's going to have full hog. That's always a decent boost target too, but Sinatra's the one who gets it.
And the early hook sets things up well. 3 unanswered kills here by Selfless, and they take their time, and when they engage, it's decisive. CLG thrown off the point, and that should be the round and map going the way of Selfless, up 1-0 in this best of 3 lower bracket series.
Victory. I mean, we talk about fire.
Falling in turn, and already a excellent setup here for Selfless.
It's going to make Waffle and Hydration's job that much harder. They're not going to have any of those healing orbs to try to bounce around, and they're just getting chased down. DeFran adds another support
on deck. This is going to be very difficult for Selfless to bring back. They need a flawless engage with an early pickoff, but it's not looking like that's the case. As Hydration dives right in. Gonna get mostly mitigated here by the defensive matrix and taken down, but it still takes up a lot of attention from the Selfless side. And look, Shake still in and around, will use the one-man res, bring Hydration back into the fight. I will say, Selfless has handled this. Oh no.
Self-destruct though. It bought them so much room, so much time to reset up on the ground and get their pharmacy back in position. Now they have to be a little bit careful. They're going a little bit too far in for my taste, but they've already gotten the kills that they can just go clean up. You want to stay at the bottom of the stairs, force Selfless to push into you. You already own the point.
CLG on the verge of taking this right now. Overtime is in progress, and now it is Selfless looking for a miracle to pull this back. And it would have to be a pretty high-tier miracle. Pulse Bomb thrown into the abyss. Miso om-nom-nomming it away. Hydration drops the barrage, gets killed as a result. So still some pressure coming in here from Selfless, but it's a long road in front of them, Hex.
Well, they won't get the self-destruct onto the point, should buy a little bit of space. Shake with the clutch res brings everyone back, and now CLG finds himself between the resurrected squad. The zombies back to life, biting the backs of Selfless. Have to do, and now they are able to take down the opposing D.Va, so they should have a lot of room to work. Miso out of mech. Hydration's still trying to land these rockets on the stairs, but Kresnik has been with Sinatra in his pocket that whole time. Sinatra, as soon as he sees Kresnik boost away from him, a little bit of miscommunication, has to run away. The moment that Sinatra shows his face, they're trying to pop him, but Sinatra now able to take down Shake, and he's going to have to 1v1 Hydration. He does.
Sinatra is getting booped and bopped around, but nothing was even remotely sticking on him. Soldier doing his best impression of Muhammad Ali in the corner. Selfless looking to punch this one back in, but as what happened to CLG can now happen to Selfless, where Selfless needs to cleanly win this to retake. Less time get away from him. That said, Iman coming in, cleaning house in close quarters. Hydration left without a hope or prayer. Takes a swim at the very end.
Overtime begins to tick down, and there is the sound barrier to try to close this out for the side of Selfless. A couple kills. DeFran has just been abusing Mikado this entire round on the ground. After the switch from 76, his Tracer play has really been a boon to this team, and desperation time for CLG. They need stall. They need to start getting kills.
Selfless in the driver's seat at the moment. They just need a little bit more to secure this out. You still see Stall coming in. It's both supports of all things, healing each other and buying time, but Shake can only fly so far. Waffle-tastic late back into the fight, and again, CLG just swarming in, trying to pull this one back, but does not look like it's going to happen as Selfless not going down here just yet.
Which, if you can get a Soldier 76 up there, sometimes they can do something with the Pharaoh, but this is the same tactic that they ran the first time around for Selfless. It did not work out for them. They're going to double tank, go up top, and Iman gets the damage to finish off Shake. Now the combo now out of the mix.
It's a much better opening here for Selfless, and much better pressure on Hydration between DeFran and Sinatra, where he had to worry about the Soldier from the front, then the Tracer comes in from the back, and that is that. They recap the point here, and Selfless in a much better last chance opportunity, and you're right, they do have ulti. Oh no, Mikado goes down immediately. Now Shake has a real dilemma on his hands. Does he res Mikado here? There's a time reset.
Yeah, you can res
now he can res too. If they're both in range, sounds that they are. Shake is still going to have to settle for a one-man res here potentially, and this sort of staggering makes it difficult to get what you want as a mercy for resurrection.
I think they're still banking on getting a good barrage, and the barrage does come down, but finds two late targets. Almost got nothing there, but Shake dies before he can res, so now still going to be a brawl, but they will sound barriers. Mikado has joined the fray.
CLG fighting for their lives here. They do have it almost flipped here from this initiation, but Sinatra in with the tack visor. Gonna be 3 kills for Selfless here, and Selfless on the verge of evening up this Oasis game, and that would be massive for them here.
Can they get a res in? Where is Shake? How far away is he? Too far away, and DeFran's in his face anyway.
Selfless coming back in, and again, we do see the change of strategy where the Soldier play from Sinatra is putting Hydration under way more pressure than what we saw the last time we were here on Gardens, and We'll see if CLG can deal with this. Emong, though, will fall from that early pressure, and this should open things up a little bit more for CLG as they work their way onto the point.
Well, Shiny's able to take down Fran, so now the ground fight definitely in favor of CLG, which also should open things up for the Sky. Both big hit scan threats eliminated. Hydration now has free reign. The Skies are clear. Yeah, they are going to clean the point up rather easily, and Shake's done enough healing already that he'll have Resurrection. Thunder will come in preemptively for the team as they try to get on the point, but Fran hits a huge stick onto Shake as he is now out of the fight. The DPS hit scan for Selfless come alive, but now a couple of trades. They're both out of the fight now.
They're out of the fight now. Waffletastic diving right in, and CLG making a valiant last attempt here as time ticks down. Will it be enough? Hydration still in the air. Finds Dak, looking for more. Kresnik coming in on him. Both dive tanks try to deal with Hydration, and he gives them a weather report. Barrage in and on the way. And CLG, though, they still have to deal with Defran. We are in overtime. They have not evicted Selfless here just yet.
Kresnik just a little bit too late to completely nullify that barrage, and now the combo is still raining down. Shake gets a little bit stuck on the wall there, but Hydration able to clean up the threats around them. And CLG will take their second map pick. It is 1-1. We are now in a